We are firmly determined to act and to improve the situation in our country. I take this mood on board. I accept it, and I take it very seriously, because I am aware that this is not about passing moods of the moment. It is not about sensitivities. It is about very real problems. It is about costs that are too high. It is about conditions for doing business that are deteriorating, conditions that are worsening. And the uncertainty in the country is tangible, because the situation is serious. Every day, jobs are being lost. Every day, companies are struggling in our country. This affects the business owners who have built something with all their effort. But it also affects employees and their families when money becomes tight and jobs are at risk. Yes, this assessment is sobering. In Germany, we are roughly at the level of prosperity we had 10 years ago. Costs are rising. Government spending is rising as well. Investment is flat, and economic growth is not catching up. Hardly anything had happened by 2025 that would have helped Germany return to a path of renewed growth. On the contrary, and I say this quite soberly, what has grown above all is the administration. In the federal administration alone, more than 10,000 new positions have been created over 10 years. The public sector has continued to expand at the federal level, and also, in general, at state and municipal level. And yet this very state is increasingly perceived by people in our country as overwhelmed. I am aware that many of you feel the same when it comes to business planning and decision-making. Ladies and gentlemen, all of this has led to problems of our own making that have been with us for a long time. Years of weak growth momentum, declining willingness to invest, high energy prices by international comparison, increasing bureaucracy, and at the same time taxes as high as almost anywhere else in Europe. At the same time, a shortage of skilled labor and demographic change. And on top of that, negative news from key industries such as the automotive sector, the chemical industry, and mechanical engineering. All of this reinforces the impression that Germany is in steady decline. And now another major geopolitical challenge is being added, the consequences of which are unpredictable but will almost certainly occupy us for a long time, namely the war involving Iran and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, which will affect the global economy, but also us, the German economy. When supply chains are disrupted, when energy prices rise, when geopolitical uncertainty increases, the effects are immediately felt, especially for a country like Germany, with an export-oriented economy. This is the concrete reality for businesses, but also for people in our country. At the same time, this shows that not everything is in our hands, but the need for action in Germany and for Germany itself is greater than it has been for more than 20 years. Let us be honest with one another. Not everyone took Chinese competition as seriously as it deserved. Not everyone wanted to see what a naive, purely ideological energy transition would mean for energy costs in our country. And last but not least, I believe that the Bundeswehr can become the most capable conventional army in Europe, and that German defense companies can be among the global leaders. I will not hand our country over to radical forces. I will not do it, because it is quite obvious. In such a constellation, there would be paralysis in the Bundestag. There would be no more reforms. It would require countless concessions, even on the smallest issues, to different factions. And quite apart from that, there would be no majorities in the Bundesrat. And there, too, we would see blockage. And at the international level, can you seriously imagine it? We would be isolated. Germany would be written off. It would maneuver our country into a real deadlock, the like of which we have never experienced. And please let no one dream of new elections. What would they even achieve? How are we supposed to continue fulfilling our national, European, and international responsibilities during weeks or months of campaigning? Does anyone seriously believe that a country in the middle of an election campaign, amid such an economic crisis, can take the decisions we need right now? No. We want and we must succeed with the coalition we have now.